Ooh, yeah, look at that handsome boy. hey, hey everyone. It's your hella fella, B3. I usually have my phone turned the other way to record. This is so weird. And we're back with another fucking book. That's right. Instead of finishing and releasing All Dinosaurs Go to Hell, I want to read through what I have so far before I finish it. Um, because it's just been so long because life got in the way and I want to, make sure I remember everything before I jump back in. But the urge hit me to write though, like immediately. And there was a series that I've always wanted to do, a sequel to the Slender Happening. And even though the Slender Happening finale still hasn't hit, I've actually been working on that. That's all you get to see. I have been working on that. So hopefully that's something you can all see very soon. But until that happens, you're just going to have to effing live with it. So, let's talk about Lost Happenings. A sequel to the Slender Happening. Because the Slender Happening had multiple Slendermen and Bigfoot, and that was it. And this new series is not only going to touch on Bigfoot, but a ton of other critters. I have a pretty good Wendigo story in mind that's actually set up in the Slender Happening finale. I have a pretty good story with the Rake, who, thanks to Everyman Hybrid, goes hand in hand with Slender. And I have a story already written and on Amazon that you can get. I just want to say I wanted to release it for free. I wanted it to be free. And sadly, Amazon wouldn't let me. They told me the least I could sell it for was 99 cents. So I 99 cents. It's 99 cents if you want it. That being said, I did everything I could to make sure it was accessible. I made it so that you can lend it to a friend who also has Kindle if you buy it. I made it so that if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for free. I made it so that you could preview the book because I really didn't want to charge for it. Especially since I feel like I know most of the people that come across it on Amazon aren't gonna have seen the Slender Happening, right? It was never really that popular, but it was so fun to make. Oh my god, I loved making the Slender Happening. Making those 3 seasons, one of my favorite experiences in filmmaking and etc. Absolutely, really loved making the Slender Happening, and I do miss it, which is one reason that I wanted to do this. Because Lost Happenings, the sequel, is an idea I've had for a long, long, long time. And I was just always like, I'll never be able to get it together enough to make it. And with a new monster for each story, it would also be very expensive because I could never even do all the visual stuff I wanted with the Slender Happening. So having to do this with a different monster for each story arc, that would be a lot, and I would need a lot more people to make it, and I was just like, I can't do it. But then I was like, book. Same thing I did with Toku King and the Adventures of Dr. Scientist. I was like, hey, this idea that I had that I can't make a video of, let's make it a fucking book. And I'm doing it kind of like Dracula and Frankenstein, where it's like a collection of journal entries that have been sent in or uncovered. The found footage of books. I don't know what that's called. I heard it mentioned on a podcast recently, but I've done, did, done, forgotten. I have done, did, done, forgotten. And I'm sorry about that, Dad. I really am, Dad. Absolutely, Dad. I apologize, Dad. So, Lost Happenings, The Puzzled Man. Let's get into what it's about. It's about a man who escaped the happening from the Slender happening. And because you'll remember in the Slender happening, one of the major things was Hunt rejected the happening, which gave him the ability to become something called the translator. Well, someone else has done that, and now they are becoming a translator. And this is just like an anonymous author who doesn't have a name. They're just called the author, the translator, the author, etc. And something has happened that is causing lots of these creatures and objects and things that have supernatural or extra-dimensional powers to come to this small town where the Slendermen were and kind of fill in the void. I might have said too much right there, actually. You'll see it all in the Slender Happening finale. This is... I released this early specifically to tease the finale that I'm currently working on, because I'm trying to have this finale up before I'm done dog sitting, because you all know I only have internet when I dog sit, and so I wanted to release it free to be like hey, this is what you have to look forward to after the finale, and kind of a reminder that the Slender happening exists. You know what I mean? So, whatever. But I think it's all going to work out. I think it's all going to be fine, because the Slender happening finale will be coming out soon. And I'm very happy about that. But yeah, this series I think will be really good. And remember, the Slender happening, I tried to do my best to make it different from other Slenderman shows at the time. The Slender happening started in 2013 when Slenderman was like the thing, before the unfortunate stabbings. Luckily, that girl survived. So, nice. Very nice! My name's Jeff. This is the worst video I've ever made. So yeah, and in the Slender happening, not only did I have multiple Slendermen, but also I had Bigfoot, and there was kind of like an interdimensional, extra-dimensional science. Like in the world of the Slender happening, the paranormal is just science from another dimension that we don't understand, pretty much. That's kind of just how I'm doing it. But I have a lot of good story ideas. I've been brainstorming. I think there's a lot that's going to happen, and I think you'll all really like it. So if you want to check out Lost Happenings Entry 1, The Puzzled Man, it's not really scary. It's more just to set up the world and the idea of it. But hopefully the next entry 2, will be much scarier. So that's it. Thank you all once again. If you want it, link right in the description. I have to give a specific link to it because even though it's published, for some reason it's not connected to my author page. So I can't just use the regular link to my author page in a link tree. So I have to use a specific link just for that. I don't know what's happening there, but I'm going to figure it out. That's it. Thank you all once again, and I'll see y'all next time when it gets spooky up in here.